Hi friends, I'm Nook, Nook for short, and welcome to another Nooks Hooks vlog. So, we have a very exciting video today. Something I've never done before, just for myself even, is going through all the patterns I've ever designed and looking at the journey of what got me from starting off with 0 sales on Etsy, and I'm literally saying 0 sales in a month on Etsy, to over 18,000 sales now, for which I am so grateful. But I think today it's time to look a bit into the journey of how I got here, because it didn't just happen overnight and a lot of effort was put into it, even more than I actually thought, because I already went through and looked at every single pattern I designed, and let me tell you, there are way more patterns than I thought that I had designed. So we're gonna look through all of those. I'm gonna talk a bit about the design process behind this, when my patterns started to actually be good, when they started to blow up. They never really blew up at once. It was more of like a gradual increase, but like which patterns made my page take off a bit. And then I'm also going to tell you the Etsy numbers of how many copies I sold of each of the patterns that are listed on my Etsy, because I also have a bunch of free patterns that aren't listed on Etsy, so I can't tell you how much I sold of those, but maybe we can look a bit into how many saves, how many shares, and all of that good stuff. So without further ado, we're gonna jump right into it because there are a lot of patterns to get through. So I'm gonna move over a little bit so that I can post pictures of patterns here. So I did go through all of my plushies to try to find as many examples of the patterns that I'm gonna show you now as I could. I didn't find an example of every one of them. I think I would say I found examples of about half. I more so don't have the first patterns that I designed because I usually just made one and then posted that as a pattern. There's also part of the reason those patterns are of lower quality, but yeah. So how did it all start? I think in the summer of 2022 was the first time I actually picked up a crochet hook. I did a little bit of it, but I didn't really get into it. I stopped for about 6 months, then restarted, and then I got fully into it. I started with just thin cotton yarn, making amigurumi in thin cotton yarn, and then I changed to chenille yarn, which to me back then was like, wow, getting my first chenille yarn was mind-blowing, while look at me now. So I think I did a couple months of like really addicted crocheting before I released my first pattern. Like I was crocheting so much, like I wasn't making many plushies because I was still slow. I was still a beginner, but I was just constantly crocheting. That being said, my first pattern, with a small caveat, ever released, I'll talk about that later, is the free pug pattern. Now, do I recommend this pattern? Absolutely not. You can make it. I've seen people make it, but the pattern is not written well. The pattern could do with a lot less sewing. It's my first pattern ever. I think I only made one of these. And honestly, when I think about it, I think I did the mouth differently than is actually written in the pattern. But that just goes to show you that your patterns don't have to be perfect in the beginning. And that's actually something I also wanted to talk about in this video, is most of you guys know me since after my pattern success. You guys know me for my high quality patterns, I hope. You guys know me for putting out novelty patterns and like new techniques and stuff, and putting out patterns that have really had so much thought put into them, while when I started off, it wasn't like that. So a lot of people ask me, okay, I gotta show you this first. She's found the only spot in my room without a plushie, because I put all the plushies I could find on the floor to show you guys. Where was I? Okay, yeah, so don't be afraid to just start. My first patterns were bad. I would say 80% of them were pretty bad. And that was fine. I had a small page. I took advantage of having a small page. No one was looking at me, and if I put out something bad, no one was gonna judge me for it because I had a small page. No one expected me to put out quality. So if you're looking into starting pattern designing and you still have a relatively small page, don't be scared. No one is going to expect your first pattern to be perfect, your first pattern to be crazy novel. Just go with the flow, and if you make something, post it. All right, so that was the first pattern, the free pug pattern, which wasn't posted on my Etsy, obviously, and that one was posted on the 9th of August, 2023. So the free pug pattern now has over 1,000 likes and 279 shares. But keep in mind, it is 3 years old, so it's had its time to age. Next up, I made a tiny little Hedwig. Well, I called it a snowy owl, I think. This one was posted on the 21st of September, 2023, so a little over a month after the last pattern. This one, I remember making it when I was cat sitting for my sister's cat, and I had yarn with me and I made this. And I also only made one, and I immediately made a pattern out of it. I didn't even check if it was all right. I just made one, wrote it down, posted a pattern. Would I recommend this pattern? No, absolutely not. This pattern had 740 likes and 250 shares, which I think is quite a lot for such a bad pattern. Now, that brings me to the next one, and this one has a bit of a story to it. Now, I feel like I'm going to talk so much in this video, and this is going to be such a long video. Oh well. This pattern is this No Sew Piggy. If you go ahead and look for this pattern on my page, you will not find it. This is because when I posted this pattern, I got a message from someone being like, you stole my pattern from my Etsy. You take it down immediately or I'll get your page blocked. I've had so many messages of people saying you stole my pattern. First off, I didn't steal her pattern. I'd never seen her page. I'd never seen her Etsy. I'm not one to judge other people's prices on Etsy, but for one, she was selling a No Sew Piggy pattern that was the size of this thing for I think €8 on Etsy, which I'm not one to judge. I'm just putting it out there. I personally think that's quite a lot. Me being the new crocheter that I was like panicking. I'm like, oh, she's gonna block my page. I had like 1,000 followers. She's gonna block my page. I'm gonna lose all my 1,000 followers. This is terrible. I feel so bad. Like, I was literally sick about this. I felt so bad. I'm like, so sorry. How could this happen? And because I wanted to say sorry and to prove that I was sorry, I immediately removed the pattern and I went to buy her pattern. Because I wanted to be like, I'll support you, and that way I'll make it up to you and I'll just buy your pattern. I bought the pattern. When I tell you it was completely different. Row counts were different. The way they did the ears was different. The placement of everything was different. The number of stitches per row was different. The only thing the same was that I did bobble stitches for the feet and that I did back loop only for the nose. And also kind of the ears, like the technique to do the ears to make it no-sew, but the ear shape of mine was different. When I tell you that pissed me off so bad, like I'm still salty about that. And this pattern was actually posted before the pug pattern, if I'm not mistaken, but I had to take it down, had to. Yeah, that really pissed me off, and like I got so scared from that experience. But then finding out that this person was blatantly lying. It was the only similarity is that it was a no-sew small crochet pig. There's only so many ways you can make a no-sew small crochet pig. Can you tell I'm still upset about this? But anyway, you won't find that pattern on my page. I do think Whimsical Knots, a friend of mine who's not really active anymore, posted it on their page instead, just because they were like, you know what, that pattern deserves to be out there. I'm gonna post it and say that you made it, and then this other pattern designer can come have beef with them, the person who posted the pattern for me. And that was quite funny. I don't know if it's still out there. It could be. But yeah, that was a whole thing. All right, next up was my first paid pattern. This was the Spooky Bunnies pattern. Now this one released on the 1st of October 2023 with the idea of it being used for Halloween at the end of October. And I remember opening my Etsy shop and panicking. It's not hard. Opening an Etsy shop is not hard, but it was really stressful for me. And I was like panicking, I need to get this pattern out on the 1st of October so people can make it for Halloween. Guess how many sales I got in the whole month? 0. So not a single person made that pattern for Halloween, obviously. But yes, it was my first pattern and I was still kind of proud of it then. I'm not proud of it anymore now. I would still not recommend buying this pattern because it's definitely not my best. But at the time, that did jumpstart my whole process because the base bunny pattern in that kind of started my whole line of modular patterns. So 100% it was worth it for me to have done this. But just so you know, I sold 0 in the first month. And now, almost 3 years later, I have sold 43 in total. But I will honestly say, don't go buy that pattern. I mean, I put it on there for quite cheap compared to my other patterns, but it's just not the quality that you can expect from my other patterns. Next up, we have my free no-sew mini cow pattern, and it's also the first one I actually have a physical example of, and it's also the first one that I am actually proud of. Now, I am not proud of the one I put out here because that one had mistakes in it and it was also off, like completely rotated and stuff, partially probably because my tension was a lot different back then. So I wasn't proud of the first iteration, but I have posted updated versions of it where the pattern is much better than this one. Yeah, I'm very proud of this one and it's super cute. I'm very happy with it. And I posted this one on the 3rd of October 2023, so only 2 days after my spooky bunnies. And you're gonna notice a bit of like an extreme pattern designing tangent that I went on right now because the free patterns were helping my page grow and I really just wanted to keep doing that, and just putting out patterns was the way to grow my page. Now this pattern, this iteration of it, because I've done more posts about it as well, has over 6,000 likes and over 300 shares. And this was also the first free pattern that I also posted over on Etsy, although I believe I did post it later than the actual release date. So just a bit of explanation maybe, my free patterns, I often do a PDF version as well on my Etsy for quite cheap for people who prefer to have a PDF instead of just screenshotting my Instagram. Let's see, this one actually sold quite a lot. This one has sold 584 times. So that's another tip that I have. If you put out free patterns and you also have an Etsy, a way to boost your sales on Etsy, because the more total sales your page has, I think the more attraction your page will get on Etsy and the more people will trust your store because you're getting reviews and things like that. Make PDFs of your free pattern, put them on Etsy, list them at a very cheap price, put clearly in the listing information that it is a PDF version of the one you can find on your Instagram so people don't get scammed thinking that this pattern was only paid and you couldn't find it for free. But do that. It really helps to have quite a few listings up on Etsy and to really head start your Etsy pattern writing journey. Next up is my mini koala. Now, I thought this one was super cute. I still think it's super cute. I do think I still recommend this pattern, even though the belly patch is not in the ideal location for me. But I was really proud of this pattern, and I think this was also the first time I did the ears in a no-sew way, and that was also the basis of how I did them in my teddy bear pattern. But yeah, I really like this pattern. I don't think a lot of people made it. I didn't see many people make it, but I really loved it. And this one has 1,600 likes, only 12 shares, and it was posted on the 12th of October, so 7 days later. The next pattern is quite similar to my no-sew koala. It is the no-sew mini bear, same ears. I think basically the shape is the exact same as the koala, except for the nose of the koala. So this one was posted on the 13th of October. Can you tell I got really into posting patterns? And this one has 1,500 likes and 41 shares. Next up, we have the desk cat pattern, which is like a buddy for on your desk. Am I proud of this pattern? Not necessarily. It could have been a lot cuter. I think me and Whimsical Knots just like really quickly whipped it out and we're like, yes, this is the version, while I think it could have been made a bit cuter. But still, it's there. It has 1,250 likes and 8 shares, and it was posted on the 16th of October 2023. Next up, the pattern, the base pattern of my whole modular series, which is my Loso bunny and teddy pattern. Now, this is a bit of a spoiler for upcoming patterns, but here is the bunny. Now, the pattern I posted here has been through some updates. So the Loso bunny is no longer the Loso bunny, it's the No-Sew bunny. So the only sewing was the ears, and now I've just changed it to crocheting in the ears. Also, the original pattern, of course, doesn't have the strawberry. That's a mod that you can get that we're going to talk about later. Again, my first iteration of this pattern was not the best, but I think it did quite okay, and it did lay the basis for a lot of my future work. So I'm very happy that I put out this pattern. It has been through an iteration. We will go over that one later. Next up, me and Whimsical Knots again did the clown mod for my bunny pattern. This is a free mod over on my Instagram. Yeah, and it was really cute. I like this mod, but I'm not 100% sure we wrote this out very well. I have never looked back at it, so I don't know how it's written. But if you want to turn your bunny into a clown, and I think any of my patterns, my modular ones, can be turned into a clown using this pattern. If you're interested, you can do that with this free pattern. The clown mod was posted on the 21st of October 2023 and had 560 likes and 1 singular share. Next up, we have the free pattern that really started to boost my account, which is the free No-Sew Stegosaurus pattern. Here we have it as well. I even used this pattern in my last video to make a bunch of Stegos in a day as market prep. So I really love this pattern. I think the pattern is great. I am not mad about how the free pattern is written. I think for being a beginner, I did quite well on this one. I did change it up slightly. In the pattern, you have to do the spikes separately, but now I just single crochet onto the body in between so I don't have to cut off the yarn each time, and I just keep going. But definitely the first pattern that really started to take off. I mean, you can see it has nearly 10,000 likes. 180 shares. This one was posted on the 23rd of October 2023. This one has not gone through any iterations of me updating the pattern. That just goes to show that I really was quite happy with how it turned out the first time. Now for the numbers, because I also posted this one on Etsy. This one sold 399 times over on Etsy. So very proud of that one. Now, this is where my modding journey begins. Next up, together with Bunny Bread Crochet, who is a very dear friend of mine, but I also think they are not really active on Instagram anymore. But together we turned my free No-Sew Stegosaurus into a taco and a hot dog. This is super cute. I'm very happy with this one too. Everybody really loved the taco. Everybody really loved the hot dog. So very pleased with this. This is also when I really started to get into surface crochet. So it's another pattern that just taught me a lot and helped me perfect my pattern writing journey. This just really goes to show how you need to start easy and just let yourself grow and don't be scared to put out things when you're just still a beginner. So this mod had 5,000 likes and 44 shares and was posted on the 4th of November 2023. Next up are my Christmas teddies. I posted these on the 5th of November, so a bit more in time than my spooky bunnies. These were also pretty low, so I was very, very proud of this pattern at the time. I'm not anymore now. This is another one that I've priced pretty low on Etsy just because it's just not of the same standard and quality that you can expect of my current patterns. But if people still want it, they can buy it for a cheaper price. This one in total, my full pack pattern and my mod only pattern sold 121 times. People still buy that one and I feel kind of iffy about it. I mean, it's a lot cheaper than my other patterns, but yeah, it's just if people would buy this as their first pattern of mine, they would never know the quality that I can offer right now. Next up, we have another Stegosaurus mod, which is my Fruit Stegos. I really love this one. It was also really loved by the community. It got 11,000 likes and 184 shares. It was posted on the 15th of November 2023. And I was super proud of this pattern. Again, this was really when I started to come up with new things and exciting things and things I've never seen before. I think the stego that I made, the reason it got so blown up is because it was really different from any other patterns that were out there before for dinosaurs. But yeah, this pattern did really well. I'm really proud of it. I love it. I don't know if it's written very well or anything like that. A lot of people have made it and a lot of people have loved it. Next up is another pattern I'm incredibly proud of. I think back then that was like the cutest pattern I've ever designed. It is my free no-sew mini elephant. The ears are completely no-sew. I use this special technique that I don't think I've ever seen anyone do before, except for people who have used my patterns before. I was just so proud of the way I did this and the way I made it no-sew. Yeah, I just really love this pattern. And this pattern is also for sale on my Etsy, but it doesn't include another mod on my Etsy, so I'm only gonna show you the Etsy numbers when we've seen the release of the mod. So this one was posted on the 23rd of November, 2023, and it has 8,400 likes and 500 shares. Can I just say the amount of patterns I was putting out at this time is insane. I am not telling you you need to put out this many patterns in such a short time. I think during that time, suddenly my page boosted from 1K followers to 10K followers. And people were like, how are you doing that? How are you getting so many followers? I was getting over 100 a day. Now I know why. I was posting an insane amount of patterns. I mean, it got me where I am now, but do I recommend this? Absolutely not. Like, I put way too much work into this. All right, next up we have another stego mod, which is the dessert stego, or more specifically, the banana split stego, which is another collab with Bunny Bread Crochet. This one has 2,200 likes and 143 shares. Am I super proud of this pattern? Yeah, I think it's really cute, but would I recommend it? It's definitely not the easiest pattern to make and to market prep or anything like that. It's fun to make once, but not one of my best patterns. And this one was posted on the 24th of November, 2023. Next up, we have my mini giraffe pattern on the 3rd of December, 2023. I'm really proud of this pattern. As far as no-sew mini giraffes go, I think it's adorable and I did quite well and I like how I did the pattern and everything. It's a quick make. I just haven't made it in years. So can I tell you if it's written well? No. But people seem to like it. I did see quite a lot of people make this one. It has 5,000 likes and 91 shares. And this one I did also post over on Etsy. And this one was actually sold 168 times. So again, posting PDFs of your freed patterns is genuinely a hack. Next up, I started making new bases for my mods. So I had my spooky mods and my Christmas mods, and I had a bunny and I had a teddy. And now is when I started making new bases. So on the 8th of December 2023, I put out my no-sew elephant pattern. Again, I was super proud of this pattern. The way I did the trunk and the ears to make it no-sew, I was just so proud of it at the time. And I still am. For someone who hadn't been like actively crocheting for a year even, I think I'd only been doing it for about 8 months at that point. I'm very proud of this pattern. I was trying out so many new techniques. Yeah, I'm just really happy with how this went. Oh, and I actually do have a physical plushie for this one. Again, we're gonna ignore the body because that's a pattern that came out later, but here we have the no-sew elephant, and I'm just so proud of this one. I still think it's so cute. I do think in the pattern there is no face shaping included, while I do face shaping now. In the same way I do it for all my other modular patterns, I do face shaping. I'm so proud of this pattern. So this one has on Instagram 1,400 likes and 6 shares, but then on Etsy, keep in mind it's been up for 2.5 years. My page has grown, my Etsy has grown. It didn't have this many sales when I first put it out, but it has been steadily selling throughout the years. So my all-time number of sales on this pattern is 672 sales. Next up, we have the free panda mod. I do have a physical plushie here, but I gotta say the free panda mod that's posted here is slightly different than my final version, because in the one I posted, the color changes for the legs are just straight, while I now put them like in a more curved way. It's more work, it's more counting, but I think it looks so much better. So on the 11th of December, I posted my free panda mod, and it has 2,580 likes and 27 shares. Now, currently, this mod is useless because in my updated No Sew Bunny and Teddy pattern, it's included, but we're gonna go over that later. Next up, on the 18th of December 2023, I posted the free No Sew Rubber Duckies pattern. I was also very proud of this one. Again, to me, these were new techniques that I used. At the time, I didn't see anyone else making rubber ducky patterns like this. I think I did look around. I didn't see anyone make it like this. But by now, there are a bunch of people who have a rubber ducky pattern like this. So yeah, you can go ahead and use mine. You can go ahead and use others. This pattern has 5,600 likes and 160 shares. So yeah, again, quite proud of this pattern, but it's not used as much because there are a lot of rubber ducky patterns out there right now. Next up is my No Sew Frog pattern. This is another base that can be used for nearly all of my mods except the upcoming Hoodie Bears mod. Here, again, an example. Ignore the body because that's not been released yet at this time. This one was posted on the 24th of December, so on Christmas Eve. And yeah, I was also just really proud of this one. The way I did the eyes to make it no sew is really cute. Some people might not enjoy it because it can be a bit confusing and placement can be a bit hard in the beginning. But I hate sewing, and to me it's completely worth it to do this instead of sewing. This pattern has 1,500 likes on Instagram and 250 shares, and then over on Etsy it has 194 lifetime sales. Next up is one of my favorite patterns to ever release. I was so proud of this one. On the 10th of January 2024, I released my Berry Bears. So I think this is my first mod that I actually really like for my modular series. I do have examples here. So we have the blueberry one and the strawberry one. Really love them. Again, it works on my bunny, it works on my frog, it works on my elephant, as you saw. The Berry Bears just do incredible. And selling them at cons, like anything fruit themed for me, works really well at conventions. I'm super duper proud of this. And this pattern actually came to me while I couldn't sleep at night. I was laying in bed, I just thinking about a bunch of stuff, couldn't sleep. I think I was like trying to sleep for over 2 hours, and all of a sudden this idea came to me. You already know the next morning I immediately got started on trying to make the pattern. I'm super duper proud of this pattern. It's the first mod I'm really proud of. I do like the pattern. I do like how it's written. It only has 1,600 likes on Instagram, but I think this pattern is amazing. Let's just have a look into how many times it got sold on Etsy, because I do think it's my first more popular pattern to be released. So these mods, so the full base pack and the mod only listing, sold for a total of 424 times. I'm so proud of this, and I still make it so much to this day. Next up, as I talked about before, is a little mod for my mini no-sew elephant. On the 5th of February 2024, I posted the free no-sew fruit elephants pattern, which is a watermelon and then a citrus mod. Now this mod is also included in the paid version over on Etsy, just as a little extra to anyone who wants to buy my no-sew mini elephant. Am I super proud of this one? I don't know. I think it's just a really funny little extra, and I just had to because watermelon is hilarious. So this one has 3,800 likes and 18 shares. And now let's look into how many times the PDF version of my mini no-sew elephant sold. So this one sold 587 times. So if that doesn't show you that you should post your free patterns over on Etsy, I don't know what will. It doesn't make me an insane amount of money, but it boosts my Etsy. It really does. And it still gets sold to this day. So very proud of this pattern. Next up, on the 10th of February, I posted my Garden Bears mods. I do have an example here. She has seen better days. She's a bit squished, and I like to indent the flower petals. Here is the flower mod, which I really like, and I do actually still make this one sometimes. I also do make the bee one and the overall ones. The mushroom one, not really, but I am still quite proud of this one. This is really where my patterns started to be my style, the way I wrote them. So yeah, quite proud of this one. I do see that it only has 344 likes on Instagram. I did not know that one did so bad, bad compared to my other ones by now. This one sold in total 622 times, which is, of course, the mod only one and the full pack together. So next up we have my free no-sew baby dino pattern, which was posted on the 11th of March 2024. It has almost 6,000 likes and 127 shares. If I had to choose, the Stegos will always be my favorite, but this is also a very good pattern. A lot of people have also made it. A lot of people love it. So I'm very happy with this pattern. I like creating patterns that can be done in a lot of different colors, which is why I tend to like dinosaur patterns, like my upcoming Nessie pattern, or patterns with a lot of mods, just because I really enjoy making the same pattern a bunch of times. But if said pattern can only be made in one colorway, I don't enjoy it as much because I'm not going to make a bunch of the same colorway. I want to make them all different. So that's why I like making dino patterns. But if I had to choose, I would always choose my Stego. I really like making that pattern. Next up, we have my standing sleeping fox pattern, which was posted on the 26th of March 2024. It's also part of my modular series. I do recommend this pattern, and I do have a version here, which is a pretty old squished version that's kind of wonky. Probably made some mistakes because I used fluffy yarn, but I do have a version, and I will not be selling this version because it's not up to my standards. But I am proud of this pattern, and I do really like this pattern, and anytime I bring a standing fox to a convention or a market, it sells. So I do recommend this pattern, I would say. This one has been sold 725 times on Etsy. Next up, we have my updated no-sew pattern. So here I made the bunny no-sew with the ears. I added the panda mod in there with the curved legs, and I also added a t-shirt bear mod in there. So yeah, if you buy that pack, you get everything: the bunny, the bear, the panda, and the t-shirt mod, and it's all no-sew. So that was just my re-release of the pattern. Let's now see how much my base pattern of the bunny and bear sold on Etsy. This one has sold 1,929 times. Now, this is largely due to my mods. So they're also mix and match, that a lot of people buy this pack so they have a base for all the mods, and then for the mods they can just buy the mod only ones. You can also, for example, buy the full Princess Bears pack, and then you also have the base bear, and then buy mod only packs. It all works. But if you're in doubt, don't be afraid to send me a message. And also, I have a page on my website that gives a lot more explanation on the modular patterns. So it's linked below as well. If you have any questions, I can recommend reading that one first, because a lot of it's going to be made clear from that page already. Next up, it was time to celebrate Pride Month with the Pride mod pack. This one released on the 1st of May 2024, which was 1 month before Pride Month, and it was so that people could make it in time for Pride Month. This one sold 166 times. And this is the only one of that pack I have left. Next up, for the 1st of June, I posted the free Pride Stegos. This was together with my dear friend Crochet by Alex, who is also not very active anymore on Instagram. sadly, but this was a really fun pattern to make together. And yeah, I just really wanted to do something for Pride Month. This is a free pattern. I don't have a paid version of this. It's just on my Instagram. Next up, on the 24th of June, I came out with my No Sew Cats pattern, which is another base for my mods. Here I have two versions. And one thing I think was really fun about this pattern is, so I did 5 different cat types, but I based each type off of an actual cat. So I put a story up on my Instagram asking people to send me pictures of their cats, and then I could choose a couple different ones that look different enough to make a pattern out of. And in the pattern, you actually see the pictures of the cats and a little note about the cat. And yeah, I just really based the whole pattern off of that cat, which was a really fun thing to do. So here we have this is a cat inspired by Adamo. Adamo is actually a more gray brown tone cat, but I made an orange version. And I gave him the overalls from the Garden Bears mod pack. Here we have another cat. So this is a cat that is in the pack. Fully all the color changes. It's just that for one of the colors, I color changed every round to give it that rainbow look. So this is a fun little rainbow cat that I really like. So this one has sold 199 times. Next up, the really big one. My Hoodie Bears pattern were released on the 4th of August 2024. This pattern is, I think, the pattern that eventually really boosted my sales. Now, for the first year, this pattern did okay, didn't do that crazy well, but then a couple people reviewed it over on YouTube back in last November or December, which is 2025, December, November. And all of a sudden my sales just like shot upwards, and I got a crazy amount of sales from that. And they went like semi-viral, my Hoodie Bears, while they had already been out for a year and a half. But I'm so obsessed with my Hoodie Bears. I have made, if I had to guess, over 200 Hoodie Bears already. And that's including like different bases, different hoodies, and stuff like that. So the pack actually includes a base hoodie, a frog hoodie, a dino hoodie, a duck hoodie, and a chicken hoodie. This one is actually the original chicken hoodie bear from the pattern. It's not up to my standards, so I don't sell this one, but it's fun to still have one of the original ones. Then here is an example for the frog hoodie bear and the duck hoodie bear. Now you can use this on nearly all of my other bases, just you have to adjust the ear holes a little bit. For the cow pattern, which is upcoming, it says how to adjust it. I think for the fox and the cat, you have to slightly adjust it. For the elephant as well. For those 3, that's not officially out there, but if you want to know how to adjust it, you can always just send me a message, reply, and tell you how to update the ear holes to make it fit on a different base pattern. And now let's look into the numbers. Keep in mind, this only blew up after it was already released for quite a while. So this pattern has sold a grand total of 3,236 times. That's crazy. That is absolutely crazy. And a large chunk of that is from after these were mentioned on YouTube. So the past couple of months. What can I say? This might be my favorite pattern just because it's so versatile. I have made so many different hoodie bears and hoodie cows and hoodie elephants. It's honestly been crazy. And this pattern really, yeah, it's unique as well. I don't see anyone else doing a hoodie in the way I do it. Yeah, very proud of this pattern. Highly recommend this pattern. It's the one closest to my heart, I think. All right, next up we have a free mod for those hoodie bears, which is the spooky hoodies. I did this one together with Crochet-tastic Creatures. It includes a pumpkin mod, a wizard bear mod, and a skeleton mod. My favorite here has to be the wizard bear mod, and the beard that comes with it, super fun. So this one has 1,000 likes and 48 shares, but I do recommend this pattern. I really, really like the beard and the pointy hat of the wizard as well. Next up, on the 17th of October, I came up with my No Sew Baby Bronto pattern. Wow, I can't believe that's already nearly 2 years ago. Wow. Okay, it's No Sew. Again, super proud of the techniques I did in this pattern. I think it can be a bit hard to do for the first time, but once you've got it down, it's quite okay. And I do have a tutorial video linked in my Instagram bio for the part in this pattern that can be a bit iffy. This one was liked 4,300 times and shared 350 times. Yeah, I was really proud of this pattern. Again, a dino so that you could make it in a lot of different colors. Next up, on the 26th of October, I posted my patched up bear mod. Again, this is one of my favorite mods. You can obviously make it in so many colors. I have made quite a few of these just because whenever I'm not feeling inspired, I gravitate towards one of these because you can just go anywhere with these. And what I usually do for these is I pick out a base variegated yarn, which for these was the floral. And then I just pick out 4 other colors that I think go well with it. And that's how I create a patched up bear. Now in this pattern, I do explain to you how I choose my colors and how I lay them out. So if the color choosing overwhelms you, it's explained in the free pattern. It's a free mod, it's on my Instagram. You can go ahead and find it there. This one had 6,200 likes and 275 shares. Next up, I came out with something completely different. Excuse the dog hairs that are on this, but it is my Blanky Buddy pattern. Again, super proud of this pattern. I really like this pattern. I think it's just so cute. It comes with 10 different variations of animals. And I also filmed a lot of content for Instagram with these. So yeah, I really like this pattern. It was posted on the 10th of November 2024. The release post only has 700 likes. But let's see for the sales. Now, I did post this bundle as a whole, and then I did post every single separate animal as a listing on Etsy. But sorry, I'm too lazy to look up how many of the separate listings I sold. So I'm just gonna look at how much the bundle sold. So the bundle sold 2,057 times. I really like this one. It's totally different from my other patterns, but I think it's really cute. I'm seriously getting out of breath from all of this talking. I did not know I designed this many patterns. It's honestly crazy. All right, next up we have the No Sew Chunky Bear, which I'm not super proud of. I had an idea in mind. It turned out a bit different than my idea, so not very proud of this one. It released on the 16th of December 2024. And I think this one and the next pattern are more like I released them because I felt like I had to come out with patterns. And that's why they aren't the quality that I think they should have been. So this one has 1,400 likes and 80 shares. Then the next one is my mini bow pattern. Again, not my proudest pattern. I don't really fully like how this one even looks. But yeah, still worth the mention. This one was posted on the 25th of January, 2025, and it has 1,200 likes and 200 shares. Next up, on the 16th of February, I posted another mod pack, which is my Princess Bears. This one comes with 4 different variations of dresses, which includes 4 different variations of the skirt and 4 different variations of the sleeves. I really like this pattern. I do use it quite often. I mean, just having a little skirt on your bear is so cute, but I gotta say my princess bears don't do well at conventions. So in that sense, I would not recommend it to market prep with, but I do really enjoy making them. So my princess bears sold a total of 307 times over on Etsy. Next up, we have the Powerpuff Girls mod for my princess bears. I think these are really cute. The eyes are maybe a bit scary. Still very cute. I love these. This one was posted on the 2nd of March 2025. The post has 1,600 likes and 33 shares. And yeah, it's just a mod to go along with my princess bears. Next up, on the 9th of March 2025, I came out with my No Sew Seahorse pattern. Now, I actually love this pattern and I was super proud of it. And I just love how, again, you can make it in so many different colors. But this one flopped. Like, I think in the first month, Keep in mind, I already had established an Etsy store that had quite a bit of sales. In the first month of posting this one, I think I sold 3 copies. That's painful. It really flopped. And I really like this one, but maybe I just didn't promote it enough. I didn't post much of this pattern. In the meantime, it has sold 65 times. I think it deserves more, but yeah, it's very different than my usual style, so I guess that's probably one of the reasons why. Next up, we have my buffet bears, which were released on the 2nd of April. It includes a burger, a chef, a sushi bear, and a donut bear. People love the donut bear, by the way. Everybody that sees it at my conventions is like, oh my god, that's so cute! And they also sell pretty quickly, so highly recommend this pattern. I don't think it's one of my most popular mods, but it is a really fun one and a really versatile one. And it's one that I really just had fun with. It was really fun to come up with these ideas. The Chef Bear as well is pretty popular at the conventions. People really love that one. This one sold 204 times, which is a bit less than my usual mods, but still, I think it's really cute and I love it. And I do recommend it. It's up to my usual standards. So very pleased with this one. And I think it should get a bit more love than it has. Next on the list is another base pattern, which is my No-Sew Duckies. So very proud of this one. It includes a plain duck and a mallard in the pattern. It's a very cute base. I made a ton of these. I also like putting a goose in a duck hoodie and then a duck in a goose hoodie. I think that's very cute. Again, it works with a hoodie, but for this one, you just don't do any ear holes. This one has sold a total of 339 times. Next up, we have my mini market makes pattern. Now this one was designed to be more of a keychain type pattern and also kind of a mix and match because you had 3 different base heads and then a couple different hats. So you could do just a little tiny froggy, or you could do a strawberry froggy that has a stem on the head, which I think is really fun for like mystery boxes. So you can get like a plain frog, or you can get the special one, which is a strawberry frog. You could do a little ducky that's missing an eye and give it a flower on the head if you like. You could also do it without the flower. You could make it a strawberry ducky. You could do a Perry the Platypus by doing the duck in special colors and giving it a hat. The hat is also included in the pattern. Or you could do a little bear head and you could give it a flower hat if you'd like. Or you could turn it into a strawberry bear head or something like that. It's a very versatile pattern and again, very different from what I would usually put out. This one was released on the 3rd of May 2025 and it was sold 326 times. Next up is I think my favorite base to ever be released, which is my No-Sew Cow, which was released on the 9th of June 2025. Completely no-sew, works with all my mods, love this pattern. You can turn it into a blueberry cow, you can give it a hoodie, while this exact plushie, this color combination, this hoodie, this base is my bestseller. This always sells out at my conventions. I think I brought 7 or 8 to the last one and they all sold, which is crazy. That and by just adding 3 rows of 15 single crochet to the neck, you can turn it into a giraffe. How cute is that? I really love this pattern. Yeah, I would say it definitely is my favorite base to make. I just love this one so much and I was super proud of it when it came out. And with it being so popular at my conventions, people saw that in my vlogs and they went ahead and bought the pattern. So this one has also done really well. It's sold 1,072 times, which I think is very deserved. This is absolutely one of my favorite patterns out there. Next up is another free pattern which released on the 21st of July and it is my leggy monkey pattern that I made in collaboration with the Crafty Fox. Alexandria from the Crafty Fox is such a good friend of mine. I love her, we chat all the time and we designed this little pattern together and I think it's super duper cute. It has 2,300 likes and 125 shares. Yeah, I highly recommend this pattern. Look, just look at it. It's so freaking funny and cute. Next up, on the 25th of July, I came out with my No-Sew Little Nessie pattern. I'm also very proud of this one. Fully no-sew, the tail, the arms, the head, everything no-sew. I really love this pattern. It's just also so fun to make, and again, the colors are incredibly versatile. This pattern sold a total of 776 times. For only being out for a year, I think that's quite good. Now, the day after that, I came up with the free mod for my little Nessie, which is the turtle Nessie. Now, I don't have a plain turtle with me anymore. I think they all sold. But yeah, here is a bee version and a strawberry version. This one you can just make by doing the wings like my bear ears. They're exactly my bear ears, just as wings. And this one has the strawberry stem that is also on my strawberry hoodie bears. And if you're looking for the pattern for the stem, it's not released anywhere because it's so tiny. It's such a tiny mod that I came out with much later. So I wrote it down on the little explanation page about my patterns on my website. If you scroll to the bottom, you'll find it. I know it's a strange location, but I just feel weird posting it as an actual pattern on my Instagram because it's 3 rounds. Next up, I actually collaborated with Scheepjes, which is a yarn brand local to the Netherlands, but you can find them all over the world. They were gonna come out with these Big Darling gradient yarns, and they asked me to design a pattern for it. Now, what I have here is made in Little Darling, but I think up there I also have a Big Darling version. Yeah, I really like this pattern too. It's really cute. It's called Sally the Strawberry. It was free for a little while and now it's a paid pattern. This is super different from my usual patterns and it's not no-sew, so it did not sell much. It has sold a total of 15 times, but yeah, also it was free for like a week or even a month when I posted it, so I did not expect this pattern to do well sales-wise. Next up, on the 7th of September, I came out with my Sleeping Fox pattern. This one was not popular when I first came out with it. I don't really know why. I really loved it. I think I had like 2 sales in the first day. Yeah, it took a while to take off, but when I did post my dragon pattern, which is kind of similar, my Sleeping Fox also took off a bit more because the dragon pattern, which you're going to see later, went kind of viral and boosted my Sleeping Fox because they're so similar. So my Sleeping Fox pattern has sold a total of 656 times. Next up is I think the last free pattern I have come out with, which is my No-Sew Chubby Fish pattern. I absolutely love this pattern. It's so cute. The mouth is adorable and I like calling them emotional support fish and putting them in a little plastic fish bowl. I'm really happy with this pattern. It did really well as well. It has almost 9,000 likes and 3,700 shares. What? But yeah, it did really well. I actually didn't expect it to do so well because it's a fish. There's a lot of fish patterns out there, but I think the mouth is what set it apart. I really, really like this pattern and I highly recommend it, and it's been really popular. So yeah, if you're looking for a free fish pattern, you can go ahead and try out this one. Next up is another collaboration I did with Scheepjes. So I actually designed yarn for them for Little Darling. I designed all 6 shades of their speckled Little Darling yarn. And they asked me to create patterns for it as well. So I did create a Mood Octo and a Mood Turtle. I'm going to handle them as one because they did come out for the same purpose and around the same time. So the Mood Turtle is right here. So on one side, the turtle is angry, and then you can twist it around, and all of a sudden, the turtle is happy. It's no-sew. It's free. It's on my website. They're linked in my Instagram bio. And I also have a mood fish on there. So I came out with 3 different patterns for the release of this yarn, which is this yarn. This one's called Beach Day. This one's called Lakeside. And then I have 4 other shades. I don't earn money if you buy this yarn. They paid me to design the yarn and to design the patterns for it. But I don't sell the yarn myself or get commissions for the yarn, which is totally fine. That's how we discussed it. And I was super honored to be able to design some yarn in collaboration with them. So I had a great time with this. Next up is another mod for my hoodie bears, which is a unicorn mod. This one was posted on the 18th of March of this year. Yeah, I really like this mod. It's also quite popular at conventions for little girls specifically. I think it's really cute and I do recommend this free mod. It has been liked 1,000 times and shared 180 times. My second to last pattern is my spring bunnies. I really like this pattern. I just wanted to come out with a bunny that was a bit smaller than the bunny I already had so that it would be a bit of a quicker make and also would be customizable really easily by changing out the little symbol on the belly, I would say. So yeah, this one's really cute. I am very pleased with how it turned out. I like how chubby they are. So yeah, that's another pattern I really recommend. And this one was sold a total of 254 times. Now, this brings me to my last pattern and my most viral pattern. This one was posted on the 4th of April. And when I tell you I have never had a release like this, I think I sold over 100 copies in the first 24 hours. I was blown away with the support for this pattern. And because this pattern did so well, it has taken me a very long time to get back into pattern designing. I'm slowly getting back into it now, but I knew this would happen if I had a really successful pattern. I'm gonna hold my standards way too high and my next pattern has to be as successful as this one. So I'm trying to slowly get out of that mindset because it won't be, I don't think I'll ever have a pattern that's as successful as this one. But yeah, it's taken me a while to get off of the wave of this pattern and to start being ready to work on a new pattern. But this pattern is, you guessed it, my no-sew sleeping dragon pattern. People really love this one and I love it too. I've made, I would guess, around 40 of these already. They're, again, so versatile. They're so loved at conventions. They do amazing. It's a quick make. I make them in 1 hour and 15 minutes. I've heard other people say 2 hours to 2.5 hours. So it can definitely vary. I think I'm a quite fast crocheter. So now, getting into the numbers. I want you guys to take a second to guess how many times this pattern has sold, keeping in mind that it has only been released since the start of April, which is 3 months ago. Take a guess. It has sold 2,923 times. I have never been so blown away by support for a pattern. And I think a lot of you guys noticed that I've been away from Instagram for a little bit. I just knew this would happen. I know myself, when I have something successful happen, I ride the wave, and then when the success starts to stagnate a bit, I just kind of lose my drive to keep going because I'm like, I need to do stuff to be as successful. I need to release patterns that are just as successful. I need to keep posting on Instagram. And because of that, I put too much pressure on myself and then I crash, which I knew was going to happen. And it's fine. I give myself grace. I'm allowed to just step away for a bit. I'm not strict with myself. But yeah, that being said, there is a new pattern in the works. If you see my previous day in the life, you'll know what pattern I'm working on. I do have some ideas of new patterns coming up, so that's very exciting. This one was my last one ever up till now, and definitely also one of the ones I am most proud of. So that brings me to the end of this video, and that's a bit on how I went from 0 sales to 18,218 sales to be exact. I'm quite proud of the journey I've had. I hope this gives you a bit of an insight in how I got here and how it is possible to get here. I'm not saying you should release the same amount of patterns I've released because that's just crazy, but I more so wanted to show that it takes time to get here and you should be okay with posting things when you're still a beginner and releasing patterns that are not necessarily the highest quality patterns out there. You will get there in the end, and if you are a smaller page, make use of that. Make use of the fact that you're not super well known yet. You can still completely change your branding. You can still completely change your pattern writing style. You can try out a lot of different things. Just don't be afraid to just go for it when you have that opportunity. All right. With that being said, I think I have to round off this video because my mouth is getting dry from the amount of talking I've done, and I've recorded for over an hour and a half. So that's gonna suck to edit this video for me. And I do wanna edit this video quite quickly. My voice needs a break. I didn't know I had this many patterns. I didn't know I was gonna have this much to say about these patterns. My goodness. Let me know which pattern of mine was your favorite, and I'm very curious to know if there are any patterns in here. I'm sure my first patterns, probably yes, but if there are any patterns in here that you didn't know I had and are surprised by that I had, I'm really curious to know how many of you know of all of these patterns and how many of you have found out about a couple of new patterns that you might be interested in making yourself. With that being said, I really hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to like and subscribe if you did, because that is always the best way you can support anyone's channel. And I will see you in the next one. Bye!